Alright, so I'm going to show you some easy tips for your motion shots. So the first one is you've got to do shots with a blur on your main image. So you got to so if you can't get a blurred shot like this, where the motion is clearly blurred, you're going to take a freeze shot if that's all you're able to get. And you do need freeze shots, and them you're probably going to have to do with your camera. Those are going to be the hardest ones to do in terms of if you want to do everything in Photoshop. It's very difficult to take a blurry picture that was out of focus and make it into a clean picture again. But we can take a clean picture like this, and we can turn it into a blurry image like this, and it doesn't take much. So we're going to take this clean image here, and we're going to do a motion blur to it. Now, there's a lot of ways to do this. You could take your time and do everything. I'm going to do it quick because the background's not going to get a lot of blur. So I'm just going to use the lasso tool and kind of come around. We're going to see how this looks. So I got the lasso tool. I kind of selected the area I want to get blurred. And yeah, it's going to pick up a little of the rest of it. But just to kind of show you, we're going to go to filter, and then we're going to go to blur. And there's a lot of blurs. And if you want to experiment with other ones, go right ahead. But we're going to hit motion blur. And as you can see to our picture here, it is doing blurs. Now, one thing we can do that's nice is before we do this, we can right click here and convert this to a smart object. So now when we do the blur, the motion blur, and we can pick our angle in which we want it to blur from, like where do you think the motion's coming. It looks like he's kind of coming down the stairs, so that's how I'm going to set the motion. And you can increase or decrease the amount of pixels. Now that looks like horrible. That looks a little too much. And this looks kind of okay. But as you can see, I didn't take my time selecting the image. So it looks out of focus here. Those steps need to come in. So what I can come back and do, since I converted this to a smart filter, a smart object, it makes that filter there for me. And I can go back in with the black, and if I want to, I should be able to come in and paint what I would like to get rid of here. So take my filter. If I wanted to, I could come in and start kind of cleaning up this area around here. Increase my opacity and make it faster. And you can come up around the image and just kind of clean up what you want and leave distorted what you want to, you know. Might not be a bad thing that some of the steps or other things are out of focus. You can come in, clean up what you want to clean up real quick. And this is cool too, because unlike the camera, I can decide, like, maybe I want to put some stuff back. Like, maybe I want to still have a very clean looking face in here. I don't. But you do always have that option when you use this tool. You use the mask and the filter. Now you could have just been like, just taken your time and selected it really well. That is always an option. But that is a simple way to do a motion blur, to take this and go to here. Or so, motion blur.